During the criminal investigation of Hunter Biden, it became apparent that DOJ, FBI, and IRS leadership were providing preferential treatment. They did this by deviating from standard investigative steps, removing related parties from information requests and search warrants, and allowing the statute of limitations to expire on provable criminal charges. That's why I had to come forward. You know, the conversation about trauma earlier was very timely, and it's something that I internalize. I'm not very good with my emotions. Joe's good enough for the both of us, but you'll probably hear that in a second. But when I came out, I think it's part of my trauma, I was very colloquial about why I came out. And it was simply, I couldn't say anything other than I couldn't sleep at night. And I couldn't sleep at night because my conscience knew that what was happening was wrong. So because of that, it just is something I couldn't ignore. I turned my life and career upside down to come forward, but I fortunately have the luxury that most whistleblowers never receive. That's confirmation that Joe and I were right. Information we provided to the House Ways and Means Committee was voted out by the Executive Committee and placed into the public domain that forced DOJ to change their strategy real time. DOJ shifted from in 2022 being fully supportive of the charges in this case to in 2023 telling defense counsel that they were not going to charge, then offering a deferred prosecution agreement, then the sweetheart plea deal, as you probably know it as. That switched to a gun trial where the defendant was found guilty by a jury, and tax charges in California that were the exact charges that Joe wrote up in his prosecution report that I signed. We forced DOJ to take the action they should have taken in the first place. If we had not come forward, justice would not have been served, and DOJ would have successfully provided preferential treatment to a person because of who they are. For coming forward, I was subject to constant, covert, and overt retaliatory actions by the IRS and DOJ, so much so that the Office of Special Counsel, after more than 2 years, determined that Joe and I had been retaliated against in several areas. Unlike many whistleblowers, Joe and I have been promoted into leadership roles at the Treasury and IRS and have settled with the IRS for the retaliation that they caused to us. I'm keenly aware that there are many whistleblowers sitting in chairs in this room or somewhere at home that have not been made whole or half or anything. In one breath, I want to apologize to them that my situation is positively resolved. But in another breath, I hope that Joe and I provide hope for you to stay strong and to continue the fight. Most of the reason why Joe and I came out on top when DOJ, FBI, and IRS tried everything to attack us, to include referring us for a criminal investigation, was because of the dream team of support we assembled. Without support, it's just, I could never have done it. Mark Lytle, who had to leave a little early, was a great friend of mine that worked billion-dollar cases when he was in AUSA and I was an agent, and using some of the information that Mr. Birkenfeld provided. He found Tristan Levitt and Jason Foster at Power Oversight, who joined the team and brought a wealth of knowledge about how to interact with Congress and direct knowledge of OSC and MSPB. It took 6 months to research and plan the right path forward, which was obviously the right path, or we would have been in handcuffs. So thank you to Mark, Jason, and Tristan again, and I hope I can make it up to you one day. To Joe, my buddy, if anyone hasn't seen us interact, it's we've become best friends through maybe the trauma, or maybe because I had to. I'm not really sure which one. But I just want to thank him for being unabashedly honest, incredibly detailed, and letting me lean on him when I needed it most. Thank you to all the whistleblowers in this room, future whistleblowers, and all the advocates in here that are going to help them in the future. I've become an advocate for whistleblowers, and it's odd that once you go through this process, you become kind of protective of other whistleblowers, and I hope to work with anyone I can to help them in the future. Just want to end real quick with special thanks to Senator Grassley. He's done more for whistleblowers than maybe anyone ever has, and I hope he knows that he's created, people to support whistleblowers for decades into the future. So with that, I'll leave you with Joe.